My name is Megan Sutton, and I'm very happy to be here for all of the 7th and 8th grade science teachers at the middle school. We wrote a grant for, they're not Hokki stools, they're called Hokki stools, which in Minnesota, easy to remember because everyone loves hockey here, right? Yeah. So the reason why we wrote for the money was because in science we like to be extremely active. We are up in labs, we're moving around, but there's always a time where kids have to be in a desk listening to content. And during those times, we noticed that some kids really struggle with sitting there and listening to teacher-led instruction. So that got us thinking, what are some solutions that we can implement into the classroom to benefit those students so that they're getting the most out of their science education? And after researching and talking with colleagues in the middle school, we came up with the solution of Hokki stools. And Natalie Hopkins, who's a multicultural liaison in the building, had been using them in her resource room. And I had the opportunity to work in Learning Lab 1 period a day last year, and it was amazing. I would see these kids, I would walk in, they'd be sitting there doing their work, but they'd be, rocking back and forth. I don't know if you can see it. So we chose to go with the Hokki stool over the exercise stability balls because if you know 7th and 8th graders, high energy, stuff's going on in their bodies that they can't control and they need to move. And you put a sharp object like a pencil in their hand, and we figured that the balls wouldn't last as long as the stability or the Hokki stools. So a couple of things. The grant money that we greatly appreciate allowed us to buy 24 Hokki stools, and so we got 6 per 7th and 8th grade classroom. So it's great because students get to choose whether they want to use a normal seat or if they want to use a Hokki stool. One of the biggest things that we've seen is students can move and it's less disruptive. They're not hopping up and down in their seat. They're not, fidgeting or poking their neighbor because they have so much energy. They're able to kind of let it out in a natural way. Their posture is better, and they're more attentive during class. So one of the 8th grade science teachers, Andrew Rothschafer, said that what he loves about the Hokki stools is that students get choice. They get to come to class. If they want to use the stool, they can, but we're not forcing it on them. So it's not like we're calling the student out and saying you have to use the stool. So that's one thing. They're choosing how their day goes. So that was one of the benefits. Another thing that we noticed, and I kept track of the behavioral issues in my 5th period class, and so when a kid had to be tabbed out of the room for behavioral issues, I kind of just tallied, were they on a Hokki stool or were they in a normal chair? And after looking, I think it was about a 3-to-1 ratio. 3 times more often a student was sent out of class because they couldn't control themselves. They needed to release energy. So that was extremely beneficial, having those kids in the classroom. And then my fellow colleague, Katie Small, one thing that she noticed was when kids have to read, they're able to focus better when they're on the Hokki stool. So there's been so many amazing benefits from them. I wish every kid could have a Hokki stool to sit on, but we are so grateful that we were able to purchase these. They have made a world of a difference, and hopefully we'll see that, extra science knowledge in the high school when they get to Jen Magdahl over there. So thank you very much. Yes?
I work with kids, and inevitably somebody falls off their chair and they're sitting on, 4 legs. Have you had any issues with that at all?
In fact, there have been more broken regular chairs than accidents on the stools, and they have smaller sizes for smaller children. So we kind of, when we introduce them, say it's a privilege, not a right, so treat them with respect, and it's been pretty good. The worst thing is sometimes they want to fight over them because if they have to get to class early if they want the Hokki stool. So I dangle that carrot. But anyways, thank you so much.